only feels like yesterday. You and I were doing a Fun Day Friday, which was our last live episode together. This is Sales Chatter. We're excited. We're happy Good Friday to everybody celebrating today. I know us, we're gonna be relaxing, catching some movies, doing some things, but I'm your host, the logistics monk, Ryan Mohammed. With me is my amazing friend, the best co-host that I could ever ask for, the bodacious cowboy, but he's also the president and CEO of RGTX Logistics Solutions, Jeff Dickinson. How you doing this morning, brother?
Good, my man. It is Good Friday on many fronts. It's actually a great Friday, really. Weekend's upon us. I'm heading south, man. I'm in good moods right now. How about you?
Doing good. So let's get started, baby.
Yeah, let's do it.
To the HPLS podcast. Live, relevant, and high performance information, conversations, and education weekly.
Great Friday. I like that. I like that. That vibe that you're bringing. But Jeff, we were off this week, right? So we're like, okay, we're gonna take it off. We're gonna rest. We're gonna work on our business, logistics. There's always a day there. But you thought we were coming alone today on Sales Chatter. No, no. We're bringing the fun to you. So we want to introduce the man himself, the amazing DJ Flores, who's always been with us from the beginning, who's been somebody just a supportive person. Let's have some fun, man. Let's bring DJ on and yeah, what it do, baby.
What's up, everybody? Oh my goodness.
There we go.
I'm so glad to be back with you guys. And I agree, Jeff. This is a great Friday.
Yeah, it really is. Absolutely. So many good fronts here, Absolutely.
Yeah, Easter is always a great time to actually think about. So, boys, like, what do you guys been up to, man? Like, I'd love to start with Jeff. Like, I know, I kind of know how it's gonna go, but I know you were on like Hold My Beer yesterday. You guys talking about like contracts and non-solicits and all that stuff that a lot of people like to listen to. But what you've been up to as his internet is gone.
Uh-oh.
Hold on. Before I let him back in, DJ. What is a Sales Chatter episode without Jeff's internet cutting out? So shout out to Infinity.
We have to have that. That's the boom.
Jeff, you better pay your bills. Oh, yeah, man. Hey, you know what? Hey, I've got to give a shout out to my good friend Scott Watanabe for putting us on top of his list.
Yes.
As the first podcast that he mentioned, man. Come on.
Yes. Shout out, Scott. Thank you, Scott.
Yeah, he's the man. I didn't expect that. When we started this so long ago,
I didn't either.
it was I didn't know where it was going to take us. We went so far off the tracks. It was awesome. And everything was by the seat of our pants, ad hoc, and we came up with these great ideas. And man, it just grew. It's just unbelievable, man. I'm so thankful for the audience out there and the support that we've had. Over the last several months, man, it's just been top notch, man. I can't say anything else. All the ones that were dedicated in doing this, it was awesome.
It's just there's a testament. The numbers are there too, so numbers don't lie. Like my favorite Jay-Z line, boys, is that men lie, women lie, but numbers don't. So we've had like the numbers. We've had amazing people come on. We had Empowerment Women to Logistics. We've had, I think both Jeff and I, we both kind of got to found our voice. And that's the one thing DJ, can you speak on that a little bit? When you got into the podcasting, did you find your voice doing this daily? What was the good vibes or the good attributes that you would recommend anybody in the audience to go start something?
Yeah, I'm so glad you brought that up. And Jeff, I agree with you completely. I think it was our ability to just kind of work with each other and come up with crazy ideas. And we basically blazed trails. There were no trails. We just really didn't care. We wanted to try anything. But to your point, Ryan, yeah, the voice. I was just listening to an amazing episode of Lewis House with I forget who the guy was. I don't want to screw up his name, but his most recent, you got to check it out. And he talks a lot about the voice. And he said he was a very introverted, quiet kid growing up, but he didn't really have much to say because he didn't see the value of what he said. And that resonated with me because he always felt like he was in the wrong audience. to even share or want to feel like he could share what he wanted to. And I think that's a lot of us. We're stuck in the wrong audience, the wrong group, the wrong surrounding, that we feel like we can't share. So that was, yeah, that was me. I was afraid, I was scared to death when Dan asked me to do this a long time ago. I watched these religiously all the time. They changed my life. Listening to people share their views, like Tom Bilyeu, like Lewis House, like Zig Ziglar, like the greats, like Les Brown. I mean, it go on and on. But hearing them share it really changed my life. And then it was having the voice and taking that courage to just share my own story and feel like, I think we all, especially when we go out on a limb to do something like this, there's no doubt of having imposter syndrome. You're gonna wonder, like, why are people listening to me? Am I worthy for people to even like wonder why they? But we can learn from everybody. That's the thing that life has taught me the most, and this journey has taught me. Every single person you talk to, you can learn something, and there is something to be learned from them. I think every person that comes in our way, Ryan, we talked about this behind the scenes, but the universe is talking to us, and they put these people in our way, and it's either for a reason, a lesson, or a blessing. But we got to figure out, what's the reason? Is it a lesson or is it a blessing? But we have to not be afraid to share our voice and our story, because you never know who's watching it, who just needs that little bit of encouragement to keep them pushing and keep them going. And that's, so shout out to everybody who's created stuff like this, who gave me the courage to do it. But it's really changed everything. So
I could not agree with you anymore. It's just like what you see here, guys, is like the way I commit to my customers that I've never met before. It's like I'll go in there and just talk the way that I'm talking right now. It's just like, hey, you can either love me or you can hate me. I don't care. I'm just going to be me. This is me, man.
yes.
When you meet me at an event or something, I'm going to be the same person here. It's not going to be like my head down and afraid to shake your hand and give you a hug and stuff like that, man. This is me, man. You have to be you, And
Yes.
you're going to be a podcaster and stuff. Hell no. That was the last on my list, until my friend went down after watching it, and I said, you know what? I'm going to do it for a friend, and I'm going to come create an animal. It's like, I love doing this every single day. It's not work. And if we can share our knowledge with people that are entering the industry and give them some insights and give them some knowledge and just things to think about that they normally wouldn't, then we're doing our job. Like I said, you can either hate us or like us. I don't care. I'm just saying it the way it is. That's it.
Well, no, just to tie on to what Jeff, I love that you have that approach to you and you have that way, and I think that's what we, without it being too hard of an edge for people to carry with that feeling, that's what we need more of. Mike Tyson, I heard him say it on an episode. It was a quick little thing, but he was with Terry Crews, and I don't know if it's Terry Crews's podcast or his, but he said, when you're a friend to everyone, you're an enemy to yourself. And I think that's where we're all stuck if we're trying to please everybody. So your point of like me or hate me, like this is me, that's what I think everybody needs to be more genuine about. Like what, and it's not the hardness of, well, hate me because you don't like certain things about me, but it's more, this is just what I feel, and it's okay if you don't feel the same thing. We could just agree to disagree and go our separate ways, but like, it's just, we're just not right for each other. I'm not going to be everybody's cup of tea. I know there's lots of people who probably don't like me. But again, it's,
I like you. Yeah.
Well, thank you. But,
Yeah.
well, thank you guys, and I love you guys too. But seriously, it's
Show the love.
Show love. I do want to interrupt something because you just said, DJ, that you're not going to be everybody's cup of tea, right? And speaking of cup of tea, drink Cirilla. Use your promo code Sales Chatter to get your discount off of Cirilla. I just gotta kind of throw that in there. But
that's how it's done.
That's one thing that I love that you both said. And Jeff, I saw, like, first and foremost, like, as I want to add on to thank you to Scott for putting us on his list. And it's amazing kind of see. And I saw a post yesterday on LinkedIn where everybody knows what the post is, but it was a driver saying that he's getting approached from so many podcasts, and unless you can show me numbers of this whatever, then it's not worth my time. And I'm like, well, you know what? We've had like 3 women drivers on this show, and it did big numbers. And by the way, it wasn't us reaching out because I don't really care, but it was like, to have that attitude and put that into the universe that your time is more valuable than mine. I think that's just such a negative thing that you put onto the universe, right? Because we're all collaborating here. Jeff and I are collaborating here, but we are on paper, we're competitors, right? But no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to be against each other. It's not sports, it's not my team versus his team. It's like, I learn from Jeff all the time. I learn from DJ. I learn from Scott. I learn from everybody. Shout out to Stacy, who's always been with us since we did the Empowering Women into Logistics, and we're just learning and feeding off of each other. So that's the one thing. So I want to, it is Funday Friday. I do want to ask you guys a question, a couple questions actually, to have a little fun here. So
here we go.
This past Wednesday, I was the table topics master at my Toastmasters club. And what that is that I prepared some questions, like impromptu. So I'd ask a question, call a number, they would come up, have 60 seconds to talk about the thing. And I picked the theme of when is the last time you did ... Because every time we have a conversation with somebody, we always talk about the first time we did something, the first kiss, the first car we got, the first house we bought, the first commission check that we got in logistics. But my intention with starting the last time is that when somebody says it's the last time they did something, I wanted to click with somebody and say, that's the next time I'm going to do it. So I'm going to ask you, and they do get deep as we kind of go on, boys, but I do want to get your opinion here, both of you guys. And you guys have 60 seconds, so we'll keep it at that. But I'll ask you both.
I feel like I'm on Jeopardy.
Yeah, exactly. We're game show today, and this is for the audience too. We want everybody to be interactive today because it is great Friday.
Yes, please share. You're good Friday.
Let's start with something pretty cool. When is the last time each of you guys said sorry to someone?
Every day. I think I just apologized to Maggie earlier this morning.
It was definitely this morning. I kind of say it all the time. I think that's the toughest thing for a lot of people, that they have the inability to know when they're wrong and are afraid to say it, and that's a shame. It's about emotional intelligence, if you will. You're able to understand somebody when they have pain, or you said something that didn't really click with them and it hurt them, but you didn't mean to, and it's like, hey, I'm really sorry that I didn't project it the way I wanted it to. It's okay to do that. You don't have to be right all the time. I got a saying called "man up." When you're wrong, whether it's in business or in personal, when you're sorry, tell them you're sorry. Nothing wrong with that.
Make a mistake, apologize.
Joseph says here, it's really important to say sorry to yourself. And that's we get beaten up quite a bit. All right. The next question I'm going to ask you guys, I actually want stories. I actually want to hear stories, not hear philosophical things. But when was the last time you did an act of kindness towards somebody? So I want to hear a story. I want to hear a time. So I want you guys to think about it. I'll let DJ go first, and I would love to hear Jeff.
Repeat that question again. Didn't act kindness? Is that what you said?
When was the last time you did an act of kindness, or an act of kindness was done towards you?
Honestly, so I'll bring up last night. So in the middle of the night, and it actually kind of woke me. I was dozing off, but I had a message from somebody randomly who I'll shout out her. She supports a lot of my post on LinkedIn, and it was just, hey, thank you for sharing the positivity. That's all she said. And those little things. I mean, it was. And shout out to Antoine if he's watching. But Antoine was a big supporter of the show, and he reached out at the end of last year. And it's people reaching out to let you know that you're making a difference for them. That small thing for me was what fueled me to never want to quit. And so I think doing those little things and acknowledging those little moments are so crucial, especially to the people you want to have those deep, meaningful relationships with. So, I try to do it as often now as I can. But that that was a shock to me, and it made me feel good. So yeah, that was the most recent.
All right, Cowboy, you're up to bat, buddy.
Oh man. Okay. So, I consider myself like a generous person, and it really all depends on the circumstances. And so, just the other day, um, somebody needed to get a refrigerator or something like that. They were going to purchase something, so they're like, they're short, whatever, X amount of money. So I just went, you know what? Here's $100. Put it towards whatever. I mean, it's not all about taking; it's about giving. You should give more than what you take, and that's the way that I've always been, raised. It's like, people that I hate is when you go out to dinner or you go out to lunch and they always expect you to buy. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. It's like, give, man. It's like give. Yeah, I mean that's my story. I of course you can't do it all the time. It depends on the circumstances and what's involved, and it's those things that you have to take into consideration in your life. What's important, what's not important, and when to do things and where. So
I think that's like extremely important to say that because for me, I've always been a believer. Like you serve somebody, you're able to give, and like the uniform. What is Zig Ziglar? I know DJ, you're a big quote guy, but Zig Ziglar says something to the effect of, you'll get
Yeah.
exactly what you want by helping people get what they want, right? And you do it with like
Yep.
great intention. Like I never do anything for the cameras. You'll never see me make a post saying, "Hey, I gave $20 to a stranger." Like it's the things that that like people notice about you guys. Like I don't know if you guys have noticed this too, that my wife said something to me one day that was like automatic, that I was like, holy shit, I do that. But she's like, every time you stop at a red light, you like give money like to the homeless person. And for me, that's second nature. That's like service in what I do. So I never think about it. It's just automatic for me, like hitting the gas pedal, hitting the brake pedal. If I see somebody, I'm just gonna open up the change, grab whatever, here you go. But like for somebody to kind of notice that, it's like crazy to think about for you. So it's cool that you
Well,
guys are sharing that.
you know
and
what?
and to well,
I have to interrupt because
yeah, yeah.
I see somebody in the comment that I've known. Natalie, don't worry, I won't give up your age. Um, we go way, way back when I used her to get people to work for me. Way back. We're going way, way back. So to see her in the comments, man, I hope you're doing well, Natalie. Thanks for joining us this morning. That's awesome, man. Thank you so much.
Well, and Ryan, to add on to that, because Jeff, I love that you brought that up about giving, and Ryan, you as well. I think so. I heard something. Became a huge fan of Wayne Dyer. Shout out Dan again. Dan talked about Wayne a lot, and started listening to a lot of his stuff, and was just listening to something earlier about giving, and he said about giving to the universe or giving out, you'll get back,
Yeah.
trust and have faith that you'll get back. But he said the one powerful thing he said is you guys had both mentioned money, but I think it's more feeling too. And he said, about love or trust or these things, and to even tie into a comment that somebody shared in about saying sorry to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
This game of life, I mean, Ryan, we kind of talked about this. It's us versus us. I mean, that's why my
Coming
second
soon.
hashtag is you versus you. I mean, you are against yourself every day. There is no other competitor. If you think that your competition is somebody else, you're wrong. You're already losing. It's you. And so you need those people around you to support you, to lift you, to remind you why you're great when you are doubting why you're great. But giving, you can't give what you don't have. So if you don't have love inside, if you don't love yourself, if you don't trust yourself, if you don't, those things, you can't give it. So we have to start within. But yeah, once you have it there, giving it, just give, just keep giving.
It's
And
Uh,
just time too,
It's
right?
easy. It's easy. It's easy. Once you
Easy
love
peasy.
yourself,
Very easy.
confidence in yourself, you can give so much more than what you think. Too many people think about themselves in
Yep.
here and not about everybody else that's out there. and it's quite the opposite, really.
Yeah.
You don't know what everybody else their problems are. Treat everybody the way that you want to be treated. How many times have you
Yes.
that, right?
Yep.
It's like
The easiest, simplest golden rule to remember, right there. Jeff, say it again.
yeah. So treat people the way you want to be treated. If you want to be an asshole, then you're going to be treated as such. It's just like be kind to everybody.
Yeah.
Don't be the bull in a china shop. But when you went through a room, be outgoing. Hey, hi, I'm Jeff Dickinson. What's your name? Don't be that recluse that sits in the freaking corner. It's like, who the hell is that guy? You know what I mean? It's like, show the love, show that positivity. Remove the negativity that surrounds you, because if you surround yourself with negativity, you are what you are in the stimulus that surrounds you. You want to be a loser? Go get a lot of people out there that aren't successful, and I guarantee you're going to be a loser.
Well, yeah. Well, you're a product of like the people you surround with, right? Like I've always kind of realized that. Hey, show me your top 3 people, and I'll tell you what your salary is.
You're
So you're the
so.
sum of the fun.
That's
Yep,
right.
exactly. There you go.
That's
All right,
right.
boys. So that's amazing to kind of see. Let's get to the next question. And
Let's
Jeff,
go.
you'll go
Yeah.
first this time. You'll go
Uh-oh.
first this time as DJs get some time to think about. So, when was the last time both of you tried something for the very first time? And to the audience as well.
Mm.
I know it's not sushi for Jeff, so just putting it out.
No, I was about to say that was probably that. I hate sushi.
I love this episode. Shout out to Fun Day Fridays, man. I'm having a ton of fun with you guys.
I don't know. Let me tell you something. You see me in a sushi restaurant, you better start taking pictures, because nobody's going to believe it. You know what I mean?
Oh no.
Oh, let's see. Man, that's a tough one. I don't know. That's the last. I usually try everything. I really do. It's like I could probably say escargot. I love it. I never had it before, and I tried it, and I was like, dude, this stuff is like the best. Why didn't I try that earlier in my life? And it was really good. And the garlic sauce, oh man.
Garlic caps, baby. Those mushroom caps. We got them at the cake. So DJ, buddy, what was what
Yes,
was the
sir.
last thing you did for the very first time?
Last thing I did for the very first time, well, I guess meeting strange people in a new city just recently. The past 4 weeks, I'll tell you, shout out to Gary C. Laney, but his book, Power of Strategic Influence, I basically have lived that to the fullest this first 4 weeks of Virginia Beach. And I'm pretty sure I know more people in Virginia Beach now than I know in Ohio. And I've lived in Ohio my whole life. So let me tell you.
I have to laugh at Brandy. You got to put it in.
Sushi's amazing. I love. I go for sushi maybe once or twice a week. So like, yeah, you gotta get sensitive with sushi. But like, I like what Joseph brings up here. Like there's so in our culture we have something called blood pudding. Have you guys ever heard of that? Like it's
I
actual
have.
blood and it's like
Yeah,
it's, like, it's so
I've heard
good,
of it.
man.
I've heard of it.
I think everyone's ragging on you. I think we'll title the episode for the replays, like, not sushi. Like that's the
Don't hate on sushi.
Well, I did have
hashtag sushi matters.
Yes, hashtag. There you go. Hashtag sushi matters. I like that.
Yeah, let me okay, so let me ask this one to you guys, and I got a great response when I asked this at Toastmasters, so I'm interested to hear this, and we'll start with DJ. When was the last time you felt on top of the world and truly, like, I don't want to hear every single day all that stuff. I want to hear like something that you accomplish or something like your friend or family, your wife, whatever accomplished, and you're like, or your kids, like I don't have kids yet, but like to say like I really feel on top of the world, like I'm unstoppable. And to the audience too, I'd love to hear their responses as well.
Ooh, this is it's tough.
Yeah.
I don't know that I ever really feel that way.
Does it have to be recent, or could it be something that?
Okay, whatever comes to mind. This is impromptu speaking, so you guys got 60 seconds to talk about whatever.
Yeah, I would say feeling on top of the world. Whenever I feel at peace with myself within, I think that's been, at least for this whole self-awareness journey, this whole kind of the lonely road, as entrepreneurs like to call it. I think really just I feel on top of the world when even the worst things are going on, and I can remain calm and at peace. I think that might be when I feel on top of the world most.
All right, cowboy.
Well, it does have something to do with the cowboy name. I have to say, probably the biggest time that I felt on top of the world was when my daughter won a barrel racing championship, um, and how much work that she put into it to get to that plateau. As a dad, that was like the biggest thing that it's like the first thing I created that because I didn't know what she was going to do in life. And when we got the horses and stuff like that, and then he kept after it and kept after it and kept after it. Fail and succeed. You fail a lot in that industry, and when she got on top, that was one of the best things in my life besides my daughter being born. I would have to say that was anything that I did in my job doesn't even come close to what she did. Seriously.
Okay. That's amazing. Both of you guys amazing. I actually want to shout out Brandy. This is, that you talk about selfless, like when she donated her kidney and is successful, that's selfless, man. The universe is going to reward you as it has already been rewarded. I've been seeing, there's like 3 people that I follow everybody.
Brandy
Yeah,
is a very good person.
she's an amazing person. There's like 3 people I really follow. Like for me is like Brandy, Kat Atkins, and Anthony. I know Anthony's watching this morning. Those are like 3. I don't want to call them rookies because they have like so much. Like they're such positive people that I know they're going to be extremely successful. So shout out to Brandy, shout out to Kat, shout out to Anthony, and shout out. Let's get to our homie Daman. He says, there we go. This is amazing. Became Canada's fastest growing company in transportation logistics a few years ago. Black belt in martial arts with his son. With his son
Nice.
being a single parent. This is what this show's all about, man. It's
That
not
is
about how to make cold
awesome.
calls, how to make cold emails, all that boring stuff, man.
When it comes to your
about fun.
kids, that's awesome, and what you do for them, man. There's nothing better in life. Truly,
I
nothing.
am so glad you said that, Jeff, because I'll tell you, I mean, my son Cooper just getting 3 stars, and Mags sharing the picture that he got 3 stars, and he's so excited. That makes me feel on top of the world every day. But with our kids, yeah, it's easy to feel that way. Everything they do.
Yeah, I mean everything outside your kids is secondary, man. It really is. It's just to watch them grow up and to be somebody that you never expected them to be. It's like this is really funny. I said, so when your dad retires, don't you want to go into logistics and do what dad does? He goes, F that. I'm never going to sit there behind the freaking desk for 14 hours a day and do what you do. I was just like, all right. It's got a good head on his shoulder.
Got a future, and first off, I want to get back to Damon's comment, like tell us a little bit in the comments, like what was that journey for you, like in that black belt, because obviously nobody starts at the top of the mountain. You got to go and go up that. And he did it with his son, so he had company along the way. And you and I, DJ, talked about, lift as you climb, as you kind of get there. So that's pretty cool.
You need it. You need that. Yes. Oh, I love it.
So, boys, I got some more questions. We're not done here, So
no.
we'll start with Cowboy. I know. This is supposed to be deep. I didn't want to ask you about your last movie you watched or last book you read.
No, I love it. I love it.
I want to get to you guys as people. Ad hoc. So, gents and the audience, when is the last time you did something for yourself? Because I know you guys are talking about your kids, talking about your wife, your family, but when is the last time? And Jeff, don't mention the new phone stand that you got for your iPhone.
This freaking thing is like 10 years old. Come on.
Yeah, what is the last time you did for yourself?
Oh man.
I'll tell you. It's probably a terrible answer, but I feel like anytime I do things for my family, I'm doing it for myself. It's kind of what drives me. But for myself, truly for myself, I don't know actually.
I know that's tough. That is really tough question. because
That is a tough question.
Yeah, this is
because
not.
everything I do, I always do for others. I mean, it just really sounds really
So
weird,
you guys got. So
like
I'm
you know,
gonna challenge you guys to do something for yourself, like this weekend. You know, like whether
oh,
it be take
I am,
yourself and go buy. Well,
oh,
yeah.
I
Well,
am.
we'll talk. You know, but DJ, I challenge you to do something specifically for yourself. You know, whether it be take yourself out to lunch, take yourself out to and be present. You know, take yourself out to a movie, do something for
Yeah,
DJ. You know that DJ wants to do.
I'll
So
tell you, my mornings. I feel like my early morning routine is like for myself. So I feel like that's like my little thing for myself, I guess, or my time for myself. But I
Yeah,
will try to do that. I will try to do that.
to do that. And let's get the Damon's here. You know, goals take time. And teaching my son when we were stick to something for a consistent period of time, 5 to 6 years, guys. You know, you can accomplish anything. And that's we're in an age of everybody wants instant gratification. You know, you look at social media,
Mm,
all these social media platforms. People only talk about the easy wins, but these things it takes a while to build a
takes
house.
time,
It takes time, man. Brick by brick,
a
baby.
lot of
Brick
time.
by brick. So
the
shout
one comment from that Lewis House episode that I was just telling you about, that I can't remember the guy's name, but he said something that's so true. If you get it fast, it's just as fast to leave you. So the stuff worth fighting for and going through the battles are really worth it. Little stick and be around.
See,
out.
that's awesome. What Stacy just said, you know, she took a little vacay and she went to go visit her grandfather in Florida. I mean,
Mm,
that's not being selfish, you know, that's putting family first and doing something. Maybe sometimes you do things for yourself because you feel guilty that you haven't spent that much time with the people that you love because you get so engulfed in what you do on a daily basis. I did that for decades. I really did. I mean, I'm just an honest person. And you know, you just don't affect the people that you love, but you affect yourself. You don't know it until you finally realize
hmm
by that time it's too late. So if you're going to take advice from the bodacious cowboy at any time, seriously, put your family first. I'm telling you, don't do what I did and just think career, 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 career. You know, that's going to help everybody else out, but you're not helping yourself out. It's so critical, man. You really got to do that. If you're
Yeah,
going to
and
take any advice, let that be it.
yeah, life
I
is
love
crazy
it.
short, crazy short,
I
and
love
just like
that
a
you
little
shared that.
personal thing to share with you guys. You know, like my wife had like a death in the family, and it was somebody who was like her age, and you know, it just made it realize like how short life is. You know, so enjoy every day to the fullest. You know, you just never know what can be accomplished, and you know, the lesson of our dreams can accomplish it true at any age. And I think that's for we all have like our goals and things like that. We talk business, we talk professional, we talk family life and things like that. And you know, there's no we won't know when we die. So it's like, you know, let's just keep going. You know, let's keep doing what we want to do every single day and make that worthy. And you know, like we're making. And here's the cool thing, Jeff. You and I, we did empowerment women to logistics, and it's not something that we just did and we're gonna be done, but it's something that we continue to do. But look at this, like you know, we have comments of like people like wanting to connect with each other and things like that. So
Yeah,
that's the community. You know, that's
I
there's
love it. Yes.
really
that's
beautiful.
what
That's
this
what
is
it's all
all
about in the end. That's what this short life that you mentioned on this earth is all about.
That's what it's all about. It's unbelievable. You know, I have a saying that I've said for many decades, and it holds true to my heart: is don't go through life and say this, but only if I shoulda, coulda, I would have tried it, but I never did, so I'll never know what
Mm.
it's like. Seriously, say that backwards. Say that back and forth several times. Seriously, it rolls off my tongue because it's so true. You know, if you have
So
something
true.
that to do in this life, do it. No regrets. Go for it, man. Go for it and put everything that you have in your body into it. And if you fail, it's okay. If you succeed, at least you said you tried it. But don't go through life and say, I wish I did it. Don't.
Yes. That's
Yeah,
so according to the study on happiness, people right before death, that was their biggest comment was the things they regretted they'd never tried or did. That was the number one most common comment from people, prior to dying.
You know, it's
yep.
like
Don't do
if
it.
you want to go
Don't
drive
do
a
it.
race car at 200 miles an hour, do it. So you crash, you die. Okay, but at least you did what you wanted to do. I mean,
You did what you wanted to do. Yeah,
that's it.
that pain was temporary, right? And I'm the type. I don't know if you guys kind of feel this way too, and maybe this might be a little controversial, but I'm in the belief as like, you know, we have money for a rainy day, but I'm not going to be the person who has like 100K in the bank. I'm not going to have like 200K in the bank and just let it sit there. You know, I'm cool
Can't
with
take
like
it
20,
with you.
30K. Yeah, exactly. You can't take away. And you know what? Our coffin's gonna be going the same size, right? So for me, it's like having those experiences and like having fun and no regrets at all. You know, like if I was younger, I could have done this and stuff like that. Like there's just no there's no time period. Like I get if you have like a physical liability that you can't do it anymore, then obviously there's other
Sure.
things that you can pursue, right? But you know, 5 to 6. I'm the one thing I keep going back to is like 5 to 6 years for Damon to get his black belt and stay consistent with it because karate to me, just like with like Toastmasters, something like that, is probably a commitment of like once or twice a week. So you think that you add those hours up, and DJ, what do you think? It takes like 100 hours to become a master at something. What do you kind of believe in that?
Oh, so I've heard different views on that, but and opinions on that. But yeah, I think even if you do something, I heard even if you do something 7 minutes a day for a year, I mean you'll be 95% better than anybody else.
Yes, I read
Um,
that
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
and
Seven.
and
I
it's
think I heard.
just consistency in the end. I mean, life is all about consistency. It's consistency, following what you like or what somebody else has that you want to copy, emulate, do or have, and the success leaves clues, and it's just about consistency and hard work in whatever you're trying to do. I
It's
mean,
about
that's really what it.
habits. It's
And
about
habits, yeah.
habits. You know,
Yeah,
it's not about smoking or doing this, all that. It's a good habit to do. You do it with consistency. It sucks at the beginning, but your body, your mind gets used to it. And then the next thing you know, you're a master at it because it's nothing to you, because it's like waking up and knowing the back of your hand. It's very easy to do. In the
Yep.
beginning, it's everything is hard in the beginning. And at the
Everything.
end of your journey, when you reflect upon what you did to get to that, you really respect it a lot more, and you say, you know what, damn, that was really worth it. It sucked doing it, man. I'd do it again.
yeah, and well, you look at time too. Time is always going to win over everything. Nobody has ever won against time, so time is going to pass. We're looking at Q2 right now. A lot of people with like their New Year's resolution and all that stuff. You know, it's just like, well, the time would have passed anyway. So like, why not attribute that 7 minute? I think I heard who was. I think it was Andy Frisella who said 18 minutes a day. But either way, 7, 18 minutes doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Pick a
Doesn't
number. Pick
matter.
a number and just do it. Just do it. You know, Nike. You know,
Yeah,
just do it.
yeah. It's consistency, and believing in yourself. DJ said you have to love
Yes.
before you can love others. Well, the same thing holds true. You have to believe and have that high confidence level in order to break those barriers and jump over those obstacles. You like I said, every day somebody's going to say something negative about you. Who the hell cares? I don't really care. You confident in what you can do and how you do it and your abilities? Yeah, I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't believe in it. So I mean, you have to. You really do.
Yeah, see, David Taman's like Doctor Strange, you know, bending time and or like last, but it's so true. Like once you kind of like productive look at that. So last question to finish this table topics impromptu speaking, boys. Last one, and we'll go with DJ first. When was the last time you told someone that you love them?
I try to say it quite often. I try to say it quite often. I mean, I said it this morning. I say it every morning to Maggie, but and to my kids. I send a scripted message to all my kids, especially my older ones who are all over. And it's just for them to know that I'm thinking of them. But I think we need people to share that more, and I'm glad you asked that question. I think say I love you. I think even deeper than just saying I love you to the normal people around you. Try to find somebody that you want a relationship, kind of like what we're doing with this whole conversation, and say find that deep, meaningful bond with them, and share your love for them. A friend, we can love in all different ways. We have to remember we're in this journey together, and we need each other. And so I'm glad you said that. Yeah, this morning was the last time, but I mean, I try to share that as much as possible. I think that's what we need more than anything right now is love.
I agree, and I'll let I'll let DJ answer for me.
I know he's probably said it a billion times already to his daughter
Uh,
and wife.
what did I tell you before he went on air? We were talking, and I said,
Oh, you
"Man, I
did you did say you love us all. Yeah,
come on, right?"
So there we go,
So
that's
right? So there
it.
we go. So
what I
make it a
said it
habit,
was
That's
like
it.
44 minutes ago.
There we go. So and
Yes,
everybody,
make it a habit. I love that you said that, Ryan. Make it a habit, please.
make it a habit. It's there's so much things that happen in this world, and just like it just comes back. It just comes back. I feel like this conversation can go forever, but do have to end it today. But it's just kind of be the person that you think that you're going to be, and always be willing to help out somebody, and that's what the important. And I want to shout out to April, who's in new to logistics at age 58. This road is going to be amazing for you. Keep up the momentum. And for us, if you ever want to reach out to Jeff, to DJ, or myself, if you need any help, we're always here available for you guys. So with that being said, boys, what do you guys got for the weekend going? What's your next week looking at? What's like Easter looking at? What's some traditions? What Talk to me, guys.
Go ahead,
I'll
DJ.
go for I'll go first. So road trip home. Gonna be heading home to see the fam for Easter. So actually, probably not too long after the show, I'll be heading that way. Easter, obviously, Good Friday, guys. This is John Hewitt shared a great post and actually shared this message, that same message of that post with me when we were at dinner. And it really is the power of doubt, and we have to have a little doubt. And even Jesus, when this was all going on, had doubt. His last few words were, you know, Father, why have you forsaken me? Wondering, like, why are you letting this happen to me? Why is this real? And I think we all have those doubts, but we need those doubts. I think the big thing we need is to start with those doubts in ourselves. If we doubt ourselves first and question ourselves first, you can always find the answers a little bit better. But so next week, besides the going home for the weekend for Easter, next week we are going to be launching and releasing the start of it will be live on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook, and a few other places. But the Robin Hood Capitalist show, and so my co-host and partner in crime in this journey with Loyalty Brands, as you could probably see here, is Stacy Barnes, and he franchise trainer, business trainer. Has been in the franchising world for a long time. We're going to share just insights of franchising, insights of small business, and really our goal and the whole drive of our show and the Robin Hood Capitalist, which will be Tuesdays and Thursdays, is just for people to realize that our goal for everyone is that you can create your own heaven on earth. Heaven's not a destination or a place that you have to wait for. You can create it right now here on earth. If you do what you love, like Jeff bleeds and loves this industry. I mean, I see so many people in this industry, they love it. If you do what you love, it never feels like work. So Mondays, you don't hate, you actually anticipate and look forward to. Sundays, you kind of rest because you're ready for it. And if you don't have that feeling, those are the people we want to have watch the show, have reach out about some sort of franchise, whether it's a Loyalty Brands franchise or another franchise, or even just your idea or a passion. Turn your passion into a profession. Do what you love with who you love, and that's how you'll create your heaven on earth. And that's really our message of the show.
Congrats to you, brother. That's awesome. We're looking forward to it. Maybe
Best of luck,
maybe
my
you'll
friend.
maybe you'll have Jeff and I on
Thank
one day.
you.
We'll never know. It'll be
Yes, of
virtual
course.
chemistry. But
I'd love to
Jeff,
have you guys on.
What's going on, buddy? What do you got going on, man? I know you got a big week next week. Let's hear it, buddy.
Yeah. Well, my next week starts tomorrow morning when I hop on a plane and head to Marco Island until December.
Woo!
So I am going there, going to read a good book, going to meet a friend down there, talk a little bit of business, and have my wife joining as well. So I'm going to be definitely tallying up the miles on the beach, watching walking the shoreline and having a few cocktails. And will I think about logistics?
Of
Maybe.
course you will.
Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, that's my whole week though. So
No, it's you gotta have that life balance. So have an amazing week, guys. That's gonna be amazing. A little plug for myself here. We started the Logistics Monk Show this Monday. Had an amazing guest, and I'll announce it here. Here's my little channel. You can subscribe to the channel. But with that being said, we got a familiar face on Monday coming up at 5 p.m. We hit every Monday at 5 p.m. and tune in. I won't say who, but let's just say he's the king of franchises. We'll put it there. But we're gonna have special guest on Monday at 5 p.m. That's amazing, and this journey has been amazing. So, want to thank you both for coming out today. Like it's always a pleasure. This felt so much fun. It doesn't feel like work at all when we do this with you guys. So, and thank the audience. We get the energy, we
Yes.
get the vibes from the audience. We wouldn't if we were just talking to ourselves here. We probably would have ended this episode a lot earlier. So, shout out to everybody and the guests. If you
Yes.
found
Shout
value
out
in
to
this,
all of you.
yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing to kind of see you guys keep us going, and that's really, really important. So if you found value in this, please like, comment, subscribe, share this with a friend, share this with a neighbor, share this with the Amazon driver who's bringing your delivery packages today. We'll hit the replay back 2 and 6 p.m. today. And with that being said, Cowboy, take us home, my man.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you so much for the audience on joining us on Good Friday. We really appreciate it. I know you probably have other things to attend to, so we appreciate you, pulling up that chair and joining us daily like you have been for months on end. Again, we appreciate it. Hope everyone out there, has a great weekend. Enjoy your Easter. And with that said, until the next time. Bodacious Cowboy is out. Have a great weekend, folks.